A lonely Tuesday night, the storm brewed offshore, casting long, menacing shadows. My phone, forgotten in my pocket, silently captured the world around me, unbeknownst to me. I was walking home, lost in thought, the wind whipping past my ears loudly, unceasingly. A strange chill pierced the night air, colder than the wind, raising the hairs on my neck. I felt an inexplicable presence, a sensation of being watched from the darkness unmoving close by. Yet when I turned, there was nothing, only swaying branches and distant crashing waves. I quickened my pace, dismissing it as fatigue, eager for the safety of my own apartment. The phone kept recording, silently documenting something I could not perceive, a hidden truth. Little did I know it had already captured the first chilling whisper of unimaginable terror. The next morning, reviewing my app, I found an unusually long audio file. It was just background noise, or so I thought, of my walk home, static and wind. Then a distinct pause, a moment of unnatural silence cutting through the ambient city sounds. And then I heard it, a faint, rasping whisper, barely discernible over the rain. My blood ran cold, a prickling sensation spreading across my scalp, a sudden dread. It was a voice inhumanly low, a sound that should not exist in our audible spectrum. I replayed the segment again and again, trying to grasp its alien cadence, its meaning. The words were almost imperceptible, broken syllables, but one word stood out clearly, unnerving. It was my address spoken with an unnerving familiarity, a chilling, impossible truth. Panic arrived, replaced by a desperate need for answers, for scientific validation, immediately. I extracted the audio file, isolating the voice, enhancing its barely audible frequency meticulously. The spectrogram revealed anomalies, patterns unlike any human vocalization I had ever seen. There were frequencies beyond human hearing, vibrations that resonated in an unsettling, unknown pitch. It wasn't a trick of light or static interference. This was a deliberate, sentient sound. No known animal, no existing technology could produce such an eerie, resonant vocalization. I felt a growing sense of isolation, this phenomenon existing outside conventional understanding. Every analysis confirmed my deepest fear. The voice was truly otherworldly, utterly alien, cold. And it knew my address. That terrible, undeniable fact echoed in my desperate mind. I tried to rationalize the impossible, but the dread stubbornly persisted, an icy grip. Small, unsettling events began to plague my daily life, subtle and unnerving coincidences. My personal belongings were subtly moved, items rearranged, a chilling, invisible touch. Whispers returned, not on my phone, but in quiet moments just beyond my hearing. A cold breath on my neck, a fleeting shadow in my peripheral vision, always just out of reach. I knew it was watching, a constant, malevolent gaze, observing my every move, my every fear. The terror escalated, an invisible net tightening, trapping me within my own walls, my sanctuary. It knew my routines, my habits, every detail of my life, my fragile existence completely. The phone recording was just a warning, a dark herald, marking the beginning of something far worse. Desperate, I sought obscure texts, forgotten lore, explaining this anomaly, this dread. Hours blended into days, poring over cryptic symbols, searching for a pattern, the hidden truth. The voice was a signature, a unique frequency, a fingerprint of something ancient and malevolent. I discovered tales of entities, unseen architects, beings that manipulate sound and perception. They were said to exist in liminal spaces between worlds, observing humanity with detached curiosity. My home, my safe haven, was perhaps a threshold, a doorway it had chosen to exploit. The phone, an accidental conduit, had simply opened the door, inviting the unseen into my life. This was no random encounter. It was a precise, calculated intrusion, a chilling, deliberate act. And now it had taken root, its insidious presence weaving itself into the fabric of my reality. I tried to cut digital ties, to disconnect, but its reach proved pervasive, unstoppable. My smart devices flickered erratically, screens displaying fragmented, corrupted images of my home. My digital footprints, my online life became a canvas for its chilling subtle messages. Personal photos rearranged themselves, faces distorted, eyes staring directly out at me. It could see through my webcam, hear through my microphone, transforming my tech into its eyes and ears. My phone, the unwitting culprit, now became a primary vector for its digital harassment. Notifications appeared, silent alarms, warnings embedded in the code designed just for me. Every digital connection, every pixel, every byte now contained a fragment of its insidious presence. There was no escape in the digital world, no sanctuary from the entity that knew my address. The storm outside mirrored my inner chaos, a final desperate night of reckoning. I felt its presence intensify, a tangible weight in the room, suffocating, undeniable now. The whispers were clearer now, forming coherent sentences echoing from every shadow. It spoke of purpose, of observation, of a long-standing fascination with human existence. The voice was not malevolent, not entirely, but a distorted mirror of my own fears. It had chosen me not as a victim, but as a conduit, a vessel for its silent communication. The address, the recorded whisper, was an initiation, an uninvited invitation into its world. My phone had merely captured the first ripple, the moment I became aware of its silent symphony. No, it knows my home, not to threaten, but to claim a permanent, unsettling place within it.